Hello. Today's video is gonna be on a more serious note. It's gonna be about fish and our opinions and thoughts on fish and how fish, in our opinion, would look in the future. So what do you want to start with, guys?
Just I think we should start with if we think fish is going to die or not.
Yes, that's a good question. Is fish going
I
to
believe
die?
fish will die.
I
The
believe
updates,
fish
really and
will.
truly, updates have been made as flippers, if not kind of on the bad side, because it hasn't been adding like a large amount of new content that can be used and that's super fun and
It,
cool to explore.
it,
What the heck
Okay,
is
I
this?
feel like I feel like the Megalodon was a really good update.
W,
Everybody
that was a W
loved the
update. That
Megalodon.
was a
Yeah,
W
that was
update.
a W update.
I think that was a good
But
update.
the most
I
recent
think this
update
update was good
was
in order to hold us because they had to delay the Northern Expedition update. I think this update was good just to hold us over until the Northern Expedition update.
Okay, yeah, that's
I
a
think that
Okay,
was
I
a
yeah,
think
good call.
but
I
okay if
think
you okay
fish.
if but if you're looking at the mechanics of fish, right? Like how many years, or how many months even do you think it's gonna last, to be honest? Being honest.
I think it's gonna last a long time if they keep coming out with
this.
new content and they don't really reuse much. Like instead of reusing the same, oh yeah, catch a key, open a door, they use instead, oh yeah, you have to find all these fragments, do these special things for these fragments, slot them
But
in,
you can only
and then
think
open
of
up
so
the
many
door.
stuff. You can
Yeah,
only think of so many
Okay,
stuff.
Liam, what's your
Well,
opinion?
yeah, but
Liam, what do you think?
I mean that goes with every game.
wait a second. This fish is actually killing me.
Every game is gonna reach a content limit.
In my
Yeah,
I do
opinion,
think.
the main
I
problem
do
with
think.
fish, right, is that like very quickly can get repetitive because you're literally doing the same thing over and over again. Cast a rod, make sure the
Well, I mean,
bat is
I could say the
over the
game
fish.
for I could say the same for a very famous game called Terraria. I mean, you just play the game over and over again. That's really all there
But
is
that's the
to
thing
it.
about fishing, you're
You
literally
can be
just
a
standing still,
completionist as well.
and you're technically to play.
Every game has to have some sort of gameplay
What is
loop, or it's
that?
not going to be good.
I lost that fish. That's a meg. I lost the fish. Yeah.
How did that
Okay,
make
I
this
do
spawn?
believe
Anyway,
fish will stay alive longer
It's the
if they
fangborn.
do like one bad update for one good update.
I think
But
this
God,
update wasn't bad for what it was meant to be.
hold on, guys. If we're talking about stuff like that, we have to talk about the player base. There's so many exploiters in public servers.
oh yeah, there's a lot of exploiters in fish public server. Also, I'm currently happy that fish hasn't gotten very pay to win, cause yeah, because many other Roblox games on the platform have gotten pay to win very fast.
Yeah,
Like
I agree
like
with that.
so like,
That is one thing that it has going for it. It's not. It's probably won't ever be
and
pay to win.
the fish will go downhill very quickly in the future if they ever make this game pay to win. So if
I
the
mean, the
devs
only
want
things
this
you
game
could
to stay
say
alive,
are pay to win. And I
yeah,
mean, you
is the
can't even
luck.
really say a PVE game is pay to win at all.
But like
I mean,
again, one of
it's
the
not
limited
competitive.
rods, one of the limited rods cost 800 Robux.
Well, it's not a competitive game.
It's technically no. So, but do you
It
think
doesn't matter
do you
what
see it?
advantage
Do you
someone
see
else
it being
has.
super easy for you someone to just spend Robux to get super strong, like get to like my level with just Robux quickly? Like how soon? Like because if that's possible, then
Well,
the game
I
is.
mean, how does that affect you? It doesn't.
It
Because
really
like
doesn't.
he worked really hard, and then
And
that
then
person
someone
just
just
didn't come.
comes and with their little $100, you and just buys this one pass, and
Well,
this
I
one
mean,
pass
that
fix
means you actually
everything.
enjoy the game and they don't. I mean, they're
That's not
just
even
feeding
But
money into the
but
developers.
literally what I just stated, even if I enjoy the game and they don't, that's literally the difference for pay to win.
that's not
Come,
even
Rod.
so how I see it.
I don't
The
really
only
think so.
two the only two game passes that are really gonna help you are double XP and Appraiser's Luck.
Nah. I mean,
Think about it.
okay.
Tell
Double
That
anywhere.
XP,
Wait
double
till you get
XP,
to
that's fair, but like as I've stated
Chris
before,
both
how does it affect someone else? Because that is them. That is them. It's not a competitive game. It doesn't matter if, oh yeah, someone else, oh, they got to my level really fast. I mean, I wouldn't complain, would I? I mean, just because someone macros, I don't complain.
But one big problem, bro.
If
Every time a
macroing
product
isn't
comes out,
illegal, then I don't really care.
He has a
oh, like
serious point that um it doesn't really affect us because technically it's a competitive game. So what
You
he's trying
guys
to
will be
say
going
is
for like
what he's trying to say is playing fish is like paying to get the work done without the work, getting something done without the work, but it's still technically paying
I
to.
mean, pay to win is. I mean, the only thing about pay to win is it ruins your own experience. You don't get to actually experience the main purpose of the game, and that is fishing until you get the satisfaction of getting the fish that you wanted
Anyway, I have a
Yeah.
question. So
or getting the rod that you wanted.
how many how when do you think what when do you think the game's gonna die? If it dies, when like
Whenever it runs
if you have
out
to
of
guess,
content to use.
if you have to guess, like estimate like next year, 10 years. Okay, that's a joke. 10 years is a bit.
I think it's just gonna die whenever it runs out of content to produce.
In my
That's
I
opinion,
how
think
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
that's how
die.
a
die.
What
lot of
is
games die.
if it dies? I believe it's gonna die when people finally realize that it's a bit too repetitive. Like, and people may
Every
lose
game is
Definitely.
interest
repetitive.
if it's just way
Like
too
I said
repetitive.
earlier, every game will get repetitive if you play it over and over and over again.
Yeah,
It's
and
called
that's
That's
when
the
you
burnout.
point.
just have to take
But
a break. That's
the
when you just have to take a break.
the
Yeah,
point of
it's
fish
called
is
Like we
kind
did
of
burnout.
to
in
grind. The
Bedwars.
point of fish is kind of
That's
to
what
grind.
that's what we did in Bedwars. Bedwars, we played it every single day until we got bored. Then we took a really long break. We went to Rivals, started making videos on that game. And then after a couple months, we went back, and it was like a
And
brand
the
new.
fact that it is a
But
named
here's the
thing
thing.
doesn't
Some
mean
people don't come back.
yeah.
So the thing is,
And
whenever it gets repetitive, some people that might be some permanent players lost, and that may slowly lead to the game's downfall.
Well, it
when
also
people
might
don't
have.
come back, I mean that's when the game starts dying. But
Yeah.
people will come back. That's the thing. Whenever they release a
That's being optimistic. That's
no, no.
No,
I think
Just
people
like
might
how
have.
play
people
back
who
to
said
Blox Fruits, right?
yeah, blocks fruits. Oh yeah, blocks fruits. They haven't come out with with anything. They literally have gained a spike in popularity ever since they Sting came out with the dragon fruit.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I
that
Dragon
update
fruit
wasn't
root.
even that. It
maturity
was
plays a factor.
mediocre.
When new content comes out, it is almost guaranteed that people will come back to check it out.
But
Yeah.
maturity plays a factor. Definitely.
But then again, if you're like a person who just wants to like have a long day of school or work, I guess this is a nice game to just sit back, relax, and chill.
hmm I also think
So
it's
I
way
so
better.
for that demographic, Fish would probably be around for a very very long time. For those
Two
for
years
that one
Also,
for that
it's
one
not
gamer that wants to just chill.
like Soul's RNG. That's one thing that I want to
Oh yes, some people are
say. It's
comparing
not like
Fish
Soul's
to
RNG.
Souls RNG. They're saying that it's Souls RNG for kids.
It's
Technically
the
I
it
same as
has
think
Soul on.
technically it has some RNG aspects, but the point that actually y'all say your point. Y'all say your point. I'm gonna say the point for you. I'll say your point.
Alright, if it's the same as Soul RNG if you use a macro.
well, yeah, but that's not playing the game.
What the what the point is that people have to put in the work to get the rods, and then people have to like do the long quests and stuff. So it's not just
Like I
like
said
sit
earlier,
back.
macroers are just ruining the fun of the game for themselves. No one else.
I think Liam needs to lock in two North Store.
Also, Souls RNG, um, it's just an AFK game. Really, like
Yeah, literally.
people.
Like,
It's a fun game, right? It's super exciting. Oh, dopamine rush whenever you get a really good aura, but
you
it
know,
all it really boils down to is an RG game. Just like how
yeah,
all this game boils down to is, oh, cast rod, shake, 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 fish. Cast rod, shake, 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 fish. But the dopamine rush, that feeling whenever you actually catch the fish you want, is the thing that compels people to keep playing. And that is
yeah. Or
why
like
the
if you
game
finish a
will
bestiary.
probably not die. Yeah.
Well,
There's
So
also tons of stuff for completionists, like finishing your bestiary, or oh yeah, getting
and
every single shiny version of getting every single shiny.
Getting every
Um,
single rod.
the game.
yeah, every single rod. The best enchant on every single rod as well. Maybe trading until you get this super rare limited, like trading until you get a Nessie.
So what we're basically trying to say, in summary, is that the only way you could technically compare fish to souls is the RNG of like catching a good fish. But aside from that, fish is completely different. It has way more things to do. So I
And
I don't
also,
think it's a fair comparison.
the only way
Fish
fish is probably ever going to die is when they run out of content to keep the game living.
Or repetitiveness,
Hmm.
repetitive. Yeah.
I think the
Well, I
devs will
mean,
probably.
like we said earlier, that also is just called burnout, and then you actually, you should just take a break from the game.
Yeah.
Well, when the
True.
game starts dying, I think the developers might just start doing these AI made updates.
Nah, I no. I think if the devs really care about this game, when the game starts dying, they're gonna like probably change the mechanics of fish rather than the same mechanics
Yeah.
for a very long time. You can probably change up mechanics.
And then like
Well, if Fish,
Bloxers, I feel like Bloxers realized that the game was gonna die because they took a year for the update, so they basically reworked the entire game.
They reworked a ton of stuff besides just Dragon, which is what they planned.
Yeah.
well, if Fish becomes like Pet Sim, like every time the game dies, they make a new one. I think Fish would still die, cause at least Pet Sim, they came out with new stuff. But what can you add, bro? It's basically just fishing over and over, even if you make a new game.
Well, I mean, yes, but also that's the thing. Like, if you just don't like the mechanics and the gameplay loop, if you just don't like it, then I mean, Fish is just not the game for you. That's with
Yeah.
a lot of games. I mean, if you just don't like how the game plays, it's not the game for you.
But then again, another way that it probably that a fish can die. Not saying it will, but another a fish can die is that if a better game comes out that's similar to it.
Well, I
That
mean,
is
yeah, but also they
Competition or
could.
so
I mean, there's also, yeah, competition, but also if I mean if the I mean that just boils down to if the developers care enough to actually beat their competition.
Yeah.
when Fish came out. Fishing Simulator died instantly, bro.
Yeah, that is true. Fishing Simulator almost died instantly. And
Yeah.
Fishing Sim was actually a pretty well made game. Like there was an aquarium feature where you could put your fish on display for other people to see.
You had good boats.
They had and it wasn't really that buggy. Um they had parkour courses where you could get special rods and find and fish for special stuff. I mean it was what mostly inspired this game, I think.
It
And the
might have
mechanics
also
of the
been.
game was also people calling it a mini game inside of other games. That is what it was based off of.
cough.
It
Yeah,
was it was
in the new
literally
like
based off of
in
the
the new like
Stardew Valley
Christmas whatever
mechanics.
Christmas event update. You know that Bed was literally implemented the fish system, like the exact same system. You click you fish, and you have to keep the bar on the fish,
Hmm.
which is on the it's a mini game.
Lots of fishing games are inspired by Stardew Valley's fishing mechanics.
So
So, does anyone else have a point they want to make?
I believe that Fishing
No.
Simulator died when Fish came out because the game was out for a very long time, like a very long time.
People want
Hmm.
something new. I believe people are wanting something new, something
Yeah, they
fresh.
wanted to experience something new after like
That's fair.
how long that been.
I mean that happens with a lot of competition. People just want something new.
I
But as I was saying earlier, this game will I mean, once the developers stop having content to put out, it will die like Terraria or I don't think Terraria died, but it will stop gaining a massive amount of player base
I
because of the fact that people are going to want something new. They're not just going to want to fish for the same fish.
So yeah,
They're not just going to want
wait.
to
So
do the
what?
same
So
gameplay loop
that
with no
goes with
reward,
the
with no
point
new
that we
reward.
What's the
made. That
glitch though?
that so that goes with the point that we made that says that fish might get repetitive, and instead of people coming back, they might just find a new or better game than fish. So
I'm not
that's
gonna
Yeah,
lie. I
Well,
think
I mean, that's if a newer, better game comes out, and
if.
also that's if Fish stops coming out with content.
hold up, hold up. I have a more important thing to state. I think Roblox will Roblox will die.
I
Not
really don't
really.
think so.
I don't think so. I
It
do not agree
still
Okay,
with that.
reels in
hear me out.
millions of players every single day.
All the good
yeah.
games are becoming more and more repetitive for me at least. I think they're becoming more and more boring.
Well, I mean, that's just
Anyway,
called maturing. I mean,
Yeah.
Roblox
so
is
all you need to do is go into a new demographic of games instead of the
yeah,
same type of game you used to play when
Roblox
you were
is
younger.
basically. I mean, it was literally made for children,
Anyway, as y'all can
and
tell,
as you mature,
y'all clearly don't have
you
anything else to
just
say on Fish, cause y'all hopping over to Roblox. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed our
yeah.
thoughts on Fish and the future of Fish and whether you think it's gonna die or not.
I
Well,
love
that's for the
it.
outro. Well, that's for the outro. Okay, yeah, okay, come. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.
Or night.